what I mean? She spoke about it so often. We definitely got that. But all these things, but if you've got like a skill or a talent, or you want to build a skill or a talent, there's just a camp to go away and do. I don't know how much I trust
camp then? What skill do you have in the fat camp?
No, you've got the potential to lose a lot of fat. That's what it is, mate.
Right, you should work for them, man.
Is it?
You got the potential right now. At the moment, you just want a big fat lump.
Exactly. And the more you eat, the more potential you get.
The more you eat.
No, as in it's a bad thing.
All right.
If you don't do it now, you're going to need to do double camp next year.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Double fat camp. Imagine that.
No, I never went away to camp like that. But like my youth centre, we used to go camping. So like we'd spend a week camping.
So you did do something like that kind of thing.
So when I'm talking about they used to take us places every other week. Yeah, they used to do that. I had a few different youth centres that I went to. One of them was only on a Friday and a Sunday. I think they wanted us to come to church on a Sunday. That's why they ran the Friday camp thing, the Friday club thing. But that was good, and they'll take us and we'll play football and rugby and just it was just a nice free youth event that they fed us for. And if you turn up on the Sunday, you could go on the Friday, and the Friday thing was kind of good. So a lot of us did that.
But then the Sunday thing was church, yeah?
The Sunday thing was church, straight church. But like, my parents were taking me anyway, so... No, I think children do need something. They would come round and collect you. Like, they would have a minibus that would come get you. So it wasn't even like you had to make the effort to turn up on the Friday. They were coming to get you. So,
that was actually a difference that I saw with American schools and English schools, that American schools have school buses.
Yeah.
And they pick you up.
Yeah.
Whereas here,
you're on standard public transport.
You make your own way. Yeah.
The school bus though, is it that it's collecting all the kids it needs to, or is it there's one of these that's a 5-minute walk from you? If you meet us there, we'll take you to school.
But at most schools, in primary school anyway, you have to live in that catchment area, so it'll be easy.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you They might. That's a lot of buses, right?
It's a lot of buses, mate.
I don't know how it works. Tell us, please, if you know.
If you've experienced this.
The school bus.
How does it all work?
How did you find school dinners, Zach, in school? Did you have school dinners, or were you packed lunch kind of guy?
No. You know what? Yeah. I think I had school dinners, and I would swap certain things for someone's packed lunch.
Really?
I remember this.
Did you say swap, or did you just intimidate them? And they had to give you their baked beans?
Sometimes it's hard to remember. Did you say, give me their baked beans? Yeah. Who's bringing baked beans for packed lunch?
Hey, man. Hey. South London.
No, I do exactly.
They used to take all the stuff from the, what was that? The harvest box.
Oh, the harvest festival.
The harvest festival. These kids used to just take them with free food.
That's for me.
Free food.
That's for me.
Baked beans.
No. I was school dinners. I don't think anyone in my house enjoyed making packed lunches. I remember on days where you had like a school trip or something like that, and it just seemed so random, and my mum would be looking at you going, why have I got to make this sandwich for you? And we'd end up with some really random sandwiches.
Right. Yeah, like on trips and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't... It's a weird one, isn't it? Because when you're in school, you want to be the same as everyone, kind of thing. Like you want to just have a sandwich because everyone else is having a sandwich. Yeah. But like with us, our parents didn't make sandwiches.
Exactly.
It was more like traditional, whatever.
My mum would make food rather than sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, me too. And then it would just stink up the place, and then you'd just be really embarrassed. And then I'll be like,
I never took it to school, mate. I never took it to school. It wouldn't work. I would need about 4 containers to take all this to school.
Well, mealtime in France is considered part of the curriculum. So they learn about the food that's good for them.
That's not part of the curriculum, mate.
No, I think it should be.
No, it's part of the curriculum, but it's not the meal time that's part of the curriculum. Or is it, we're all in the canteen and we're eating, the teacher's over here talking about
Have you ever seen the food in French schools? They're really nice.
I can imagine that, they would actually be served up.
It's something that is thought about, as opposed to us. It's just like fish on Fridays.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of chips.
Whatever the budget can get you.
I remember lots of chips of everything. I remember burgers with faces on it. That couldn't have been healthy.
With faces.
Yeah, and I remember a lot of like really stodgy desserts. You know, like apple.
Yeah.
Cake and custard.
Yeah, apple crumble and custard.
Yeah, all
cake
those,
and custard.
The stuff that just make you fall asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that can't be good for you. But apparently in France, they you know, it's a proper thing. It's healthy. They learn about the food.
Okay.
You know, I can't say it's everywhere in France, but that's what I've.
Yeah, and as long as it's like an initiative that they're trying to push forward,
yeah,
I can't really knock them for that.
Exactly. Right, the largest school in the world. Where do you think it is?
The largest school in the world in China.
Apparently, it's in Lucknow. That's a great name. Lucknow in India.
Oh, I've heard India.
Yeah, it's a. How do you say
Lucknow.
that? Montessori school. Montessori.
Yeah.
There are more than 32,000 students attending, and it has over 1,000 classrooms. Can you imagine being the phase leader of that place?
The phase
and then,
leader.
Can you? Yeah, imagine the stationery they go through.
Nah, what? I kind of need to see the ratio, how big the property is, how big the actual land is, the premises. It must be massive. But at the same time, you're telling me it's in India, so in a way, I'm thinking, do they have enough space, or are they just crammed into lots and lots of smaller places? I wonder what the class sizes are, mate.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I can imagine they're just cramming in.
Yeah, like 50 to 100 kids in one classroom.
Another school.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, you know, like in here you get those academies now. Unless it's like academy and it's just there's different buildings.
Oh, and they're saying that it's already like a few different schools.
Yeah, but then
under the same name.
Montessori is a bit like that anyway, isn't it? It's like a nursery because there's have them around the world. Those.
I don't know. I've heard of the name before.
Yeah. What did you used to do in your summer holidays? So?
Summer holidays.
Yeah.
What age are you talking? Like,
let's say secondary.
As in, but secondary is so different. Year 7 to like year 10. Yeah. Year 10, I had a job, mate. I was working during the summer holidays, playing football, trying to make some money, just enjoying my summer.
Do you remember getting bored?
See, people say to kids that, you'll be bored by the end of summer holiday. I don't really think so.
No,
I had so much stuff to do. I had adventure playground I'll go to every week.
Yeah.
I'll play out. There was football. There was loads of things going on. Barbecues and all sorts. The adventure playground I used to go to, which they don't even seem to have many anymore. So it was like an adventure playground and a youth club all together.
Yeah.
And like twice a week there'll be a trip somewhere. So we'd either go somewhere in London or we'd go out to like a seaside resort or a theme park. So I don't think we got bored, man. My summer holidays were jam-packed, full of stuff.
Yeah. But we get 6 weeks, right?
6 weeks summer holiday, yeah.
America get 11 weeks, apparently.
11?
Yeah.
Mate!
But in Chile, because their summer's in December, right?
Yeah, their summer's in winter.
Yeah, well, no.
Their summer's in winter.
Their summer's in summer.
No.
It's their summer.
Okay, is it December?
Because it doesn't happen for you, Zach. Right.
Their summer's in winter. Go on.
From mid-December to the end of early March.
Mid-December to the end of early March. It's summer holiday.
Yeah, it's talking about 3 months. Oh yeah! Imagine how dumb the kids come back. Like, they're just holding their pencil with a whole fist. Like
the whole fist.
Imagine. That's too much, isn't it?
Is that a sign of intelligence or lack of intelligence when you hold the pencil
They're just
with the
like,
whole fist?
What's this again?
People complain about the 6 week summer holiday. They say that that's too long. And they say that they should cut that down.
Yeah.
If I was a kid in school, I would be so hurt if they ever brought down that summer holiday that has existed, like, I'm going to say forever, that's existed forever as a 6 week holiday.
But the thing is, like, England has, I think, from what I've heard, has probably one of the shortest ones.
Yeah.
Because, around Europe, like, Spain, they'll have 2 months.
It's quite long. But then, we have all those breaks in between. as in there's a couple of weeks at Christmas, a couple of weeks at Easter, and then there's half-term holidays splattered all over the place.
I guess
Do they have that?
I'm not sure. I just know that they've got 2 months off in the summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't.
And in Spain they have like a siesta, like every afternoon. So you know.
You can't be a siesta, mate. Yeah, but they still have school after this siesta.
I thought, yeah. I understand that. Yeah.
Don't hate on siestas, man. Well, talking of school years, apparently France has the shortest school year from August to June, but they have the longest school day, and it says here from 8:30 to 4:30.
8:30 to 4:30.
Because I remember our school used to be 8:25 to 3, didn't it?
Yeah. No, did we finish at 3?
Yeah, we finished at 3. You didn't. Yeah, probably had to 10.
I've never heard of this mythical 3 o'clock finish.
No, Mum. I'm telling you, Mum. It finishes at 4:30. Extra clubs.
No, we didn't finish at 3. 3 sounds too
early.
No,
3. Well, because I remember that when we were at school.
Yeah, they did change the timetable.
They changed it to make it 8:25, and then people who lived in East London like me were like, "What? I wake up at 3 a.m. now." But yeah, it was changed. But then the perks was
you finished earlier.
Finished at 3.
Man, I think that just gave me time to just get to wherever I was going earlier. I don't think I got home any earlier.
But I'm sure that children would do the extra hour if it meant more holiday. Never mind children. Teachers would definitely.
The teachers would. Yeah. The kids aren't thinking that way, mate. Yeah, and that's what's it called. That's delayed gratification, which is something that is very difficult for kids to grasp.
Yeah,
you've heard of the famous experiment, as in you can have one marshmallow now, or if you leave the marshmallow on the plate while I leave the room, if it's still there when I come back, you can have 2 marshmallows. And a lot of kids, they really struggle to leave the marshmallow alone. Even though I'm coming back in 3 minutes, if you watch these videos, they're struggling to just leave the marshmallow so you can have 2 later on. Yeah.
You don't need to.
I've seen one where the kid starts nibbling around the edges of it and then puts it back upside down, hoping that no one would know that it's heavy. But yeah, that's delayed gratification. So, kids struggle with that, mate.
You know, in America, they have the grade system, and they have the thing of if you don't pass,
you get kept behind.
You get kept behind. What do you think of that?
I
remember having to debate that in school. And I do remember all the not so very smart kids going, "That's not fair."
Exactly.
And all the smart kids going,
"Yeah, why not?"
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I think I was reasonably smart enough that I wouldn't have been kept behind, and I even heard of people who had like moved forward a year group, and you know, if you're working at the same ability, age shouldn't be the limiting factor. If you're in the same place in a particular subject as somebody else,
I don't know about
why not be in the same room?
Though, because then you might miss some of that teaching there.
You know what? I've spoken to a few people about this, because in Nigeria, that's basically the way that things are. That if you don't pass, you do that year again.
Yeah.
And obviously your family are paying school fees and things like this, and it's a real thing. To the point of, at the end of every school year, like everyone in that local area gathers while the school reports back on who finished at what position in each class.
Yeah.
So they'll be reading from the top kid all the way through, and they'll basically say, okay, and here comes the relegation zone, or here's the ones who didn't make it, and they'll read those names, and it's kind of like, it is public shaming, and it's a real...
Who do they say that to?
No, anyone who turns up. So it's kind of like out in the open, it's a public announcement, here's the kids who are moving up a grade, here's the kids who didn't score well enough, and they'll be staying in the same grade, so your families... And
do they account? Do you think? Do they account for like a special needs of a child?
Or talking about in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Firstly, I'm talking about Nigeria, and I'm talking about when my parents were young. So the answer is no, and definitely not. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Because even in the UK, in the 60s and whatever, I don't think they were recognising any sort of special needs of anybody.
Yeah.
If you were special needs, you got that big dunce cap on your head. And that was as well.
There's an actual dance camp.
Exactly. That was actually what it was, and they didn't know that the kid had special needs.
Ragged schools.
That's what they did with it.